So you're curious about the Wedgewood Houston neighborhood. In today's video, I'm gonna show you a little more around and show you why is Wedgewood Houston, or WeHo, as most people know it, so popular, what's up with it. I'm gonna show you some more. It all starts right now. Hey, this is your first time on the channel. Thanks for stopping by. Where to Live Nashville is all about bringing you the Nashville area neighborhoods and neighborhoods like Wedgewood Houston, or WeHo, as we affectionately call it. Super special neighborhood. I love this place. It's got so many interesting aspects to it. I'm gonna show you around some more. And if you make it to the end of the video, I'm gonna show you the secret spot in Wedgewood Houston you've probably not heard of, but some really famous people know all about it. It all starts right now. All right, so here we are out at 83 Freight. Have you ever wondered what it's like to live in a shipping container? Well, this is a chance to do that. This is the largest shipping container residential community in North America, right here in the middle of Wedgewood, Houston. And I tell you what, it's pretty unique. It's pretty cool. It's a lot of metal, and it's a lot of rust, but it's meant to be there. I think the rust is part of the appeal, part of the feel. You can still see the openers are on the sides of this wall, which is a pretty sweet setup. And you can see everything's pretty much metal everywhere. This property sits at the top of a hill. You're gonna be really close to the soccer stadium right here. It's literally within sight of the Geodis Soccer Stadium. And you're also gonna be really close to downtown Nashville. You're about a mile from there. So it sits up on a hill, rooftop decks on these units. Pretty cool space to check out. The next stop we got is Southgate Commons. We're gonna go from smaller to small, medium to large. And so in the small category, the next unit that is available to live in, 423 square feet, just $650 a square foot. This is an efficiency unit, really small, not much to it, but brand new, high ceilings, quartz countertops, nice kitchen, comes with the washer and dryer, kind of comes already set up to roll, but not big. It's a studio unit. If you're coming from New York, this is you're probably very familiar. But they also have bigger units in this complex, 2-bedroom, 2-bath, around 1,300 feet for $550,000 to $600,000. That's going to be your next step up. But this $275,000 is the cheapest product you're going to see in Wedgewood, Houston at this point. And they have a little dog area out here. I've seen a few dogs already. This little rain garden, as we call it, all your drainage from this development will spill into this holding area that they landscape. You see these in Nashville and these higher density developments. So it kind of controls the watershed from everything. Good looking units, just not big, but a great location in Wedgewood, Houston. Okay, next up on our list is really close to the Geodis Soccer Stadium, which is right over my shoulder. You can't see that. So this is the southern part of Wedgewood, Houston. Wedgewood is the street right behind me. So this is the southern border of Wedgewood, Houston. And this development here is like a 10-unit build from 2017. And again, it's a higher density, so there's not big yards on these units. There's some of these that are actually attached. You can kind of see here. These are cool because they have like that 45-degree angled door, just kind of a little different look than a lot of the product. But sidewalks, you actually have a 1-car garage, and you actually have a carport next to the garage that people will use as patios. You can see a hammock over there. So kind of a neat property. This one we're coming up to is 2,020 square feet. The list price $739,000. So this is a kind of a good mid-range product for Wedgewood, Houston, I would say. Give you an example of what you can kind of get for that 700 to 800 range. That's going to be $366 a square foot. Again, newer construction, not that old. It's a townhome style. You are attached to a neighbor, which you don't have to be in Wedgewood, Houston, but you get a lower price if you are. You can see here they kind of did a fence in their carport area and made like a little true patio out of it. So anyway, this is really close to the soccer stadium, which is probably the biggest selling point for being on this side of Wedgewood. You do have smoking thighs, but all the stuff around the soccer stadium is going to just explode with more commercial use, more restaurants, more places to live. So on the southern part of Wedgewood Houston, you're really going to be close to the stadium and all that stuff. The north side of Wedgewood Houston's a different vibe. It's more that industrial, adaptive reuse area. So it's going to feel different, still walkable, just a few more blocks away. On to the next. Okay, next stop. This is the high side for Wedgewood Houston. This is a big unit, 4,100 square feet. 1.250 is the price. I got concrete trucks over here. There's construction happening pretty heavily still. Dude, this is kind of a busy street still. It leads you over to 8th Avenue, so a little bit heavier traffic right now. You get one car parking in the front yard here. You also have an alley. Some streets in Wedgewood Houston have alleys, others don't. You're about half and half. If you get an alley, it's kind of a special gift because you can park a lot easier. This one's actually got a garage off the alley. This unit also has some downtown views, which is pretty sweet. But again, 1.250. Construction on this one was in the year 2000, so only a few years old. Really customized high-end finishes. The neighboring properties, I actually sold one of these units a couple years ago. Huge rooftop decks, big views, actually pretty awesome. These are HPR units, so you're attached to your neighbor, and it's kind of like a house, but it's kind of like a townhouse, but you're attached to one person. You do get a yard in the back of these, and again, 1.250 is going to be the high side for Wedgewood Houston. Your money will go pretty far if that's your budget. You won't see trades happening north of that really to date. It's a matter of time. Across the street, you have a mixture of existing houses. Actually sold those two units as well back in the day. There's two attached townhomes there, kind of that craftsman style, pretty cool. You're less than a block from commercial. You got restaurants, all this stuff at the bottom of this hill. You got the Queen's Tree Surgery building developing into apartments. Standard Assembly right next to that, also developing into apartments. You got a high density area dropping in. This is kind of the Gulch 2.0. It's all happening. Wedgewood Houston. Okay, so one of the many coffee shops in Wedgewood Houston is the Crest Coffee House. This actually sits in the building of a church, so it's a non-profit coffee shop. You actually go in there and order, and nothing has a price on it. You just pay. They donate all the proceeds, so you pay what you want to pay, and kind of a different model. But good coffee, good drinks, and it's in the middle of WeHo. Kind of love it. I also really like these brand new units that are being built. You know, these are going to be entry level around $340,000 for roughly 500 square feet. So that's $650 a square foot is kind of the range for the smallest, most compressed units on a price per square foot basis. Of course, your price per square foot becomes a lot more affordable as you add square footage, because just the baseline to put a kitchen, to put utilities, to do all the stuff, you know, it costs so much just to get there. So your last square feet are not going to cost you as much as a builder. You're going to pass along that to the consumer if you're the builder. So, but those units are a chance. It's got those nice curves on it. It's going to have a really sleek look. Going to have some communal areas. There's going to be studio units and penthouses. We're really excited to see that product. And again, one of the ways we see customers win is if they sign up for a pre-construction or an early in construction product, put a reservation in there. They usually require some deposit, but it's not the full thing. And then you're waiting for it to get completed. And we've seen it time and time again. By the time it's completed, the prices have gone up because the people that that don't have to wait are willing to pay more. So it's an interesting chance to walk into some equity potentially on units that are being built. Give us a shout if you have questions about how that works and what we've seen in the past. But it's an exciting opportunity if you've got time on your side, at least, in my opinion. And those units are not going to be STR, qualified, So there is that, but it's hard to find units that are STR qualified, to be honest. So anyway, on to the next thing. We're in the dense, most active part of Wedgewood Houston right now. You can see verticality going everywhere. Off to the right, you're gonna have Eden Rose. Great little bodega and coffee shop. And then the Corsair Distillery and some offices. And then you kind of quickly transition into the residential units. Off to the right here, you're gonna have some high units that have downtown views. And then to the left, you're gonna have more traditional residential. Dog park earlier was too small for you. WeHo also has Fair Park, which is a larger dog park with turf on it. It's actually a pretty nice dog park. And this is the small dog side, this is the big dog side, and you got the dog games, things to do for your animal. There's actually not a lot of people out here right now because it's just a really hot day in the middle of the day, but in cooler hours, this place will get a lot busier and is actually a really, really cool asset for WeHo. Come meet people, get your dog some activity, get some exercise. Pretty neat spot in Fair Park. All right, if you made it this part of the video, you're in for a treat. This is the most famous dive bar in WeHo that most people don't even know about is in WeHo, because if you blink, you will literally pass it by. But this is a trailer. It's called Santa's Pub. And it's a long-standing karaoke bar. They only sell beer. They only take cash. It's open from like 7 p.m. to like 3 in the morning, only certain days of the week. And it's in a trailer. And the crazy part is Ed Sheeran just had his concert in Nashville recently, sold out, record attendance at the stadium that he played at. He spent the rest of his night after the concert at Santa's Pub. So pretty cool little spot. Apparently he used to live in Nashville and used to come here when he was younger for the karaoke. But super unique place. The other fun fact about it is that it was also featured in the music video for Toby Keith and Jimmy Buffett a while back. So Santa's Pub right here in WeHo. You can go to a soccer game almost across the street, finish the night up with some karaoke, get the full Nashville experience. So I want to say thanks for stopping by. Thanks for following our videos. And don't forget, we're a real estate team. So if you've got questions about Nashville real estate, we want to help you. We're not afraid to jump on a Zoom with you or talk to you. Let us know what questions you have. Our desire is to help you connect all the dots so you can make the right move. Until next time, we hope to show you around town.